When many of us hear the terms investing or make money online or anything of that sort, we kind of run into a little bit of a skepticism on understanding if it actually is legal to do what people say we can do out there. And I actually just want to bring up another topic that I think is very important, because majority of people will benefit from doing this avenue, and you're probably going to run into skepticism now when I mention what it is, but it's about tax-free investing. Now, there is a legal scheme behind it, and almost every country in the world, I believe, has some form of scheme very similar. And I want to talk about what is the differences between tax-free investing and tax-free savings. I know many companies might call it something else, but the one that I want to talk about specifically is the investing route. Why the investing route? Well, pretty plain and simple. If you're going to be investing, you get to choose the vehicles that your money goes towards, or the assets that will enable your portfolio to grow. So you get to choose those assets. So if you get a portfolio that can grow 20% because your assets did pretty well this year, well done. You get to keep those returns, minus a bit of fees and stuff like that. But if you take the savings route, like I was talking about the difference, the savings route, you're going to probably go through an institution that will be controlling the money for you, and they might call it something else, but they'll be using the tax-free purposes of the selected legal scheme that is available. And you'll get a small percentage from them, and they'll just take the rest. So as an admin fee of some sorts. Now, why I believe that majority would actually benefit from tax-free investing is purely because a lot of people out there don't save money, or they do save money, but they put it in a simple savings account or fixed deposit or flexi or 32-day notice, and all these accounts are great, but they have their limits. And let me maybe start off with explaining to you why the tax-free schemes were brought about by governments. So governments, I guess, across the world got together and decided to scramble an idea to incentivize people to actually put money away. I mean, how great is that? They're actually incentivizing you and me to put money away for retirement, and they're allowing us to do this with a tax-free account. So when you reach age of retirement and you've done your due diligence through this type of scheme, the money and contributions and capital gains and dividends that you've earned and interest and all that stuff is supposed to be tax-free completely, like they say. As of the time of making this video, it is said to be tax-free completely. You never know what might happen in the future. You know, governments can get greedy, and I don't want you to look at this video and then 5 years from now, things might be a little bit different. Nevertheless, I'm capitalizing on the whole situation myself. So I'm talking from experience. I'm not talking from a point of just telling you what you want to do or what you need to do. I'm actually doing this on a monthly basis. So I like investing, and I like a lot of other topics, but purely now when we come to investing, I love taking myself through the route every month, dollar cost averaging into this fund that I'm building. And then I collect the dividends biannually and quarterly from my investments. And yeah, it's been working well for the last few, I think it's almost 3 years now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy thus far. I've missed out on a lot of opportunities because there's been some months where I could not invest any money. So yeah, don't feel obliged to follow the rules exactly to the T, but I mean, it would help a lot more if you just stuck to the rules. So yeah, we spoke about why governments have brought this about, the scheme, and I think we're going back to the question of why is it important to people or majority. I believe it is important for majority, as I said, because they input their money into savings accounts and all these other little things as mentioned, but they don't give you the returns that you can potentially get from the stock market or investing in the equities exchanges and stuff like that. So that is why I punt this through my social platforms, is because I've seen a great deal grow on my fund. So I thought that with what I'm doing, I should actually share with you guys, and then you would take this information and build your own platform portfolio out of it too. I believe the majority will actually benefit from it quite a lot, not only because it helps them save for retirement, but because it helps them grow their money and let their money start working for them, okay? You don't want to, what's that quote from Warren Buffett? He says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. And it sounds harsh, I understand, but if you listen to what the words are actually telling you, it is literally just saying you need to find an avenue to make money, otherwise you will be working for money for the rest of your life. Not working for someone specifically, but money will be your master. Now, if you put money to work for you, you become its master. So you choose which side of the coin you want to sit on. that's just a nutbit on like why I believe it is important for the majority of people. Now, there are different ways and means of doing this. Many people that I've met and spoken to on coaching calls, they've actually spoken to me about a tax-free savings account and that they are using it and they are maxing it out. And you know what? Good for you. If you don't want to pick the investments and you don't want to go in every month and average, dollar cost average into this account and buy the same amount of shares or buy X shares every month in that specific ETF, then go with the bank. Just know that your potential of growth is not going to be as great as it would be as if you were investing in the stock market yourself. Okay, the government does give us that power to enable us to control our own portfolio, but I guess it's not for everyone. I just think the scheme behind it is what I'm trying to teach people, because the scheme is about tax-free investing or tax-free saving. And if you follow the rules, which we'll go into in a second, if you follow the rules and you max it out, you'll reach the complete contributions eventually, right? And then once you've reached the complete contribution, it'll be your money to play with, whatever you feel like doing with it. I mean, you can leave it in there to compound for the rest of your years until you retire. It's completely up to you. But if you're more like me, I prefer having the control on my side. So what I do is I've gone and invested it myself. I pick my investments, I choose my assets, I go there every month, put money in. It's got an automatic stop order on my checking account that pulls off that money directly to the savings or investment account. And then I go in there once a month and spend about an hour, maybe 2 hours, because I've done my due diligence prior. And then I just basically follow the rule of dollar cost averaging. So every month it goes in, I spend those few minutes or an hour or so, and I just buy a crap load of shares. And that's just how the process works. Like I said to you just now, we'll quickly touch on the rules around tax-free investing. So here in South Africa, and I know a few of the other countries' rules and regulations around it, but for the basics of this video, we'll just touch on my local situation. So in South Africa, you've got a max contribution of 36,000 Rand per year, which is extremely low compared to other countries. Then we have a 500,000 maximum contribution level on the entirety of your tax-free investment schemes. So how I come about to the answer of 14 years is I take the 500,000 and I divide it by the 36,000, which is the current max for a year. That gives you about 13.8 years for the entire contribution. So if you follow through and you max it out every single month, you will reach your 500,000 cap in about 13.8 years. Now, if you miss some of them like I have, you're just extending the period to reach the max contribution. Okay, that's just a quick touch on the rules and regulations and basics of it. I can make a video that goes in a little bit more depth if you want me to, so just let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope that this video will open your eyes towards the scheme of tax-free. It is a legal scheme, so I'm not talking about something that is going to be like click a link in the below description box and join my club and we'll make millions and crap like that and it'll be tax-free. This is literally something that's legal. It's not something that I'm punting for my own benefit. So anyway, cool beans, it's done. You know the differences. We can run on a summary quickly. So the difference between a savings or tax-free savings and a tax-free investing, I like to say this, is that the savings account means that you're going to go with an institution like a bank or a investment house that will control the money for you for a certain percentage as a fee on their side of management, and then they'll pay you a certain fee per year in interest gained or capital gains. That'll also be tax-free, so that's cool. Then you don't have to worry about managing it and you don't have to worry about going in there every month. You just put a stop order on your account and someone else is controlling the whole pie for you. Now, if you're like me and you want to control the situation, tax-free investing route is going to be your best friend, because you get to pick which platform you use, you get to pick how much goes off of your account, you sign no contract besides with the brokerage that you use. You pay that brokerage fee and no management fee because you're the manager now. You pick the assets that are underlying in your portfolio, so you pick the specific ETFs that you would like to use, and yeah, that's the main differences. You get, if the investing one makes 20% this year, you get the full 20% minus fees. If your institution on the savings makes 20% this year, but they guarantee you 5%, they're going to basically keep 15 and still hit you with a management fee. And I don't want to get into those legalities, but nevertheless, it suits both sides. If you don't want to do the work, it's great to go the savings route. If you want to have full control and you don't mind doing the work and putting the hours in to understand the stocks that you're investing in, and then invest in the basket, which is an ETF, then follow the investing route. I think it worked well for me, so it will work well for many others. I'm no advisor, so this video is not financial advice. It never was. Whatever you listen to in this video, you take as an opinion of mine, and if you follow through on any of it, just know that risk is involved when it comes to investing. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, and it's not advice at all. I just wanted to give you a shout out and say thank you for watching this video. You know what? If it weren't for you supporting me and my channels, I really wouldn't be able to make this stuff. So please like, share, subscribe. Until the next one, cheers.